Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Inquisitor Snow, and I'm sorry I didn't upload yesterday. I'm sorry. So what had happened is, I went into a comatose state. Not literally. I didn't get a lot of sleep this weekend, and it caught up with me yesterday. And because of that, I kind of started being drowsy all day. So I came home and I took a nap, and I slept for 18 hours. Yeah. Fell asleep and didn't wake up for basically until work the next day. So that was that's why I didn't make anything yesterday, why I didn't post, or why there was no video ready for you. Today we've come with something pretty awesome, bros. I'm sorry, that was cringe, but hey, I'm allowed to be cringe. It's my channel. So today, guys, we're here to talk about something I've recently come across. It's been a thing for a while. It's a channel, so it's been around for a while. I just never quite got around to talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it now. So, because I started watching it today, actually. It's called Back to Back Chef. So, Back to Back Chef is this YouTube channel where they have a guest on, where this famous chef has this guest on, and they cook the same dish, but they stand back to back, hence Back to Back Chef, and she basically tells them what it is exactly that they need to make in the order that they need to make it, as if she was basically a recipe book, and all they had to do was follow her instructions. So, you know, it's not that hard if you're actually paying attention, but it seems like there can be quite a lot of problems caused through it as well. It's kind of amazing. Typically, Back to Back Chef has celebrities on it. They'll have like WWE stars, musicians, famous actors, comedians, things like that. They have a lot of people from different backgrounds go on the show. So the ones I'm going to talk about, the ones that really stood out to me more than any of the others, which no surprise about this, was the social media influencers. What? Crazy. Yeah, it's the social media influencers that stood out to me. So basically, we are going to split these three particular individuals into three categories. This being the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, just so you know, the names of each category has nothing to do with the individual themselves. It has to do with their time on the show. Okay? So if I say this person's good, I'm not saying that them as a creator is good, which, I mean, they are, but that's not the point. I'm not saying that them as a creator is good, or them as a creator is bad, or that they're an ugly person. I'm not saying that. I'm saying their time on the show went one of these three particular ways. Typically with social media influencers, it does particularly go one of these three individual ways. Either it's cringe, it's really good, or it's just hard to watch. And well, you'll see the evidence of that with what I'm going to talk about. So obviously, let's start with the good. So for me, the good was when Markiplier was on Back to Back Chef. The episode was released back in January. This was released on January 13th of 2020. So in his episode, he was very funny. He joked around with the chef very, very well. He followed her instructions very well. He was very respectful to her, even though he made a lot of jokes that made it seem like he was being competitive. He was being respectful. What he made at the end of it, which is kind of the whole point, was actually very well done, because he listened to her instructions very well. He was a good guest on the show, and yeah, he did what he needed to do.
So this is really easy. I'm like a living recipe, and if you do what I say, everything's gonna be great.
Wait, what if mine's better than yours? Do I get your job?
I will be, that would actually be the best possible outcome. That would make me feel truly that I had done my job well. Behold.
Behold.
It is beautiful.
Thank you, I know.
Great tearing.
Thank you.
Amazing eggs.
Thank you.
The wonderful, amazing egg.
Thank you.
Very similar.
This is where you compliment her back.
Why would I?
He doesn't have to.
Mine's better.
Obviously, mine's incredible. We don't need to go over that.
Your
This
salad
is for...
doesn't even have any color or substance. Look at that tear.
Exactly.
And also, like, just so everyone knows, 100% joking the whole way through. You were lovely.
Oh, thank
I
you.
was struggling, as people could probably see, but I make up for my lack of cooking skills with utter confidence. But Carla here was amazing with all the instructions. Really made it easy and fun. Cooking is fun.
He did what he needed to do, which was cook the dish that she said. And he did it in a great way. So, because of that, he's labeled the good. Because his was not hard to watch. There was no cringiness in it. It wasn't just hard to watch. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what she said to do. He just did literally what he was meant to do. And he did it in a way where fans of the show can also enjoy it and find him funny and actually enjoy his content as well. So yeah, we're not going to spend too much time talking about Markiplier just because, well, he did an amazing job on the show. Like, he was really good at being a guest on her show. It was not a big deal at all. But, let's talk about the bad. So, I know, this has been a horrible thing that I can't seem to stop talking about, but when it comes to the bad, we're going to be talking about Ninja. So, yeah, I know I can't stop freaking talking about Ninja. It seems to be a concept on this channel, because I can't stop freaking talking about it. But I promise, it's just a coincidence that we're talking about him in this one. This is literally just one of the things that popped up to me whenever I was watching all of the videos today. So when it comes to ninjas, his was the bad. First off, he starts off with saying, well, she asked him if he knows how to cook. He said that he worked in a noodle restaurant for a long time, that he learned to cut the noodles and things like that. But then she gets to this point where she asks him to cut bread, and the dude can't figure out how to cut slices of bread.
And you're a cook. We just were talking about this.
Yes, I worked at Noodles Company for 3 years, doing saute, cooking at the noodle station, and prepping meals. So,
All right, so you know your way around a cutting board?
I think I'll manage.
Okay, so next, we're gonna get two nice slices from the kind of the center of the bread. So you can go ahead and just take off like the outside edge.
We're cutting the sides off?
I want to get 2 slices like more from the middle. So I'm just gonna take off the outside edge of the bread.
Okay, got it.
And then
I don't think I know how to cut this the way I think I need to.
Oh, okay. You
So
should.
do I cut at it like from a side at this point? Like, do I leave it? You know what? I'm just gonna go with it.
I think you just want like 2, long oval size slices. Or they're
Like, you know what? We're
if you
winging
just
it.
cut the bread crosswise
Okay.
and took 2 slices out of the middle.
Down the middle.
Imagine it like a,
Okay.
like a sandwich. I don't know how else to describe it. But
I don't know how else to describe the sandwich that you need to make.
Like, what? You're telling me you learned to cut noodles, but you can't freaking cut bread? And then she gets this other section where she tells him to cut the avocado right through the middle, but don't cut through the pit of the avocado. Cut around the pit. Like, stop when you get to the pit. That way you don't cut right through it. And what does he do?
I've never cut an avocado in my life, I don't think.
Never cut an avocado.
Not myself.
You're aware of the pit inside, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right in the center.
Right
Right in the center.
smack in the center.
Where most pits are.
We're gonna kind of guide the knife around the pit.
Okay,
So if you
around the pit.
Yeah, because you can't cut through it. So
Okay.
if you put the avocado on its side on your counter, line up the blade sort of like halfway up the side of the avocado.
Okay.
Off to one side.
Okay.
And just cut in until you hit the pit.
I just cut right through it.
You just cut right through.
That's right. He cut right through the center of the pit. I don't know about you, but to me that doesn't seem like a man who worked in a restaurant for a very long time. Doesn't seem to know how to use a knife. But yeah, other than that, honestly, he was still comedic. He wasn't that terrible to watch. But he just couldn't hang with the chef. He could not do what she told him to do. He couldn't keep up with her. It wasn't as good as what she was doing. Or it wasn't as good as what Markiplier did. Now let's get on to the ugly. So again, let me preface this before I get into it, because if I don't, there'll be a lot of angry people. The ugly does not represent the person. The individual is not the ugly. It is his time on the show that is considered the ugly. And the reason I say that is David Dobrik is the ugly for this. Okay? Don't kill me. I'm not saying he's ugly. I'm saying his time on the show was ugly. So, basically, what happened was, well, first off, it didn't get off to a good start. She had him cooking shrimp. And apparently he's not a very big fan of fish in the first place. But not only that, she had him decapitate the shrimp, pull the guts out, take the shell off, and take the tail. She had him go through this entire process of deskinning the shrimp. Now, I understand that may not be a big deal to some people, but to me and to a lot of people probably living in LA, honestly, a lot of those people were probably not big fans of cutting things open. I'm not. I don't know who is. I mean, I know a few people, but let's not talk about those psychopaths. But yeah, he was already off to a bad start right at the beginning, just because she told him he had to cut the head off of the shrimp, pull the guts out, and then cut the shell off, then take the tail off, and then devein the shrimp.
The first thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna twist the body away from the head, like twisting opposite directions, and just twist off the head. And some gunky stuff might come with that, and that's okay.
I hate seafood.
Really?
Yeah, it's my least favorite.
Oh dear. All right, well, I'm gonna eat yours, so I like it. So now your head is off. There's an empty bowl on your station. Just toss that head away.
Okay.
And then I want you to find the little pair of white snipper scissors.
I got them.
Okay, cool. So then I find it easier if you turn the shrimp over where the legs are, and we want to cut the shell off. So you just have to slip the blade right underneath the shell and just snip down the length of the shrimp. The shell off and then just pull the tail out.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of dangly like head gut stuff, so I'm gonna use my snippers to cut that off. I don't know if your head came off cleanly, you might not have to do that.
Okay, the tentacles came off.
Okay, great, perfect, no tentacles. And now find your paring knife. Now
Okay.
you have to devein it.
It's okay. Let's make veiny shrimp.
Oh, you don't want the digestive tract,
Okay.
the actual tail. All right, so now with this,
Yeah, he was not in a good shape during that. And they kept going through the entire thing. Later on, they used mango in their cooking. And it turns out he doesn't even like mango. So honestly, off to a poor start with David's, just because of the fact that literally everything they could have possibly got for him was the opposite of what he would have wanted. And at the end of every single one, they always do a taste test. So for David Dobrik's, they did the taste test, and he vomited. Yeah, he vomited. So obviously that was just a simple case of them not really doing their research into the creator too well. But yeah, he episode did not go very well. And it's really just because of the fact that, well, they weren't prepared for his particular taste. They had this meal idea before they knew that he wasn't in tune with that. Overall, the show is very, very good. I enjoyed every single episode of Back to Back Chef that I watched. So as far as Back to Back Chef goes, it's an amazing show. You should really go check it out on YouTube. I will put the channel link in the description. Go check them out. It's a really, really good channel. They're not called Back to Back Chef. They do a lot of other stuff, but Back to Back Chef is just the only thing I've seen so far. But yeah, I figured this would be a good chance to talk about 3 different types of social media influencers that I've seen. Because you notice it a lot whenever it comes to like cons and things like that. Whenever they put events on, you see certain YouTubers that thrive and others that just fall flat, and it's just awkward, and you kind of wish they hadn't done it at all. But yeah, I figured this is a good example of that. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, press that like button. Every like tells me that you enjoy my content, and it tells YouTube that you enjoy my content and that they should show others my content. So that would be much appreciated. Please. Please. Also, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like it, subscribe to my channel. It's right down there. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right spot, but I hope I am. It's right down there. So subscribe to the channel. It would help a lot. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm in the 300s currently. And yeah, it would just be amazing if you guys would hit that subscribe button. And hey, while you're at it, hit that notification bell. That is if you want to actually keep updated on my stuff. Because if you subscribe, that means nothing. You only get informed if you hit that notification bell. And if you do hit that notification bell, make sure you set it to either all notifications, some notifications, or if you're just a sociopath, no notifications, because that's great. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you dudes in the next video. Peace.